Come on, here we go.
Hi guys, so welcome back to Masala Thoughts. So இன்னைக்கு unlike our usual jabbering about cinema, இன்னைக்கு நாங்க டிஃப்ரெண்டா வந்து கண்டவ போட்ட ட்வீட்ஸை எடுத்து we were gonna just randomly talk about it just to have a versatility in our content. So let me start with Sai. So let's go
Okay,
with
fine.
your tweet. So what have you
Go
got?
for it. Should I go for it now? Okay,
Go
so
for
it's
it.
15 days to my arranged marriage, and I still feel nothing for him. He's the kind of he's the kind every girl wants. Earns well, looks decent, brings flowers, cute gifts, cares for my mom, replies in minutes, always there, listens, eager to know me. Please God, make me fall for him. I mean, what the fuck, right? Like, okay, it's not the fact that you can't force someone to fall for it, fall for someone, but really, like, please God, make me fall for him. Like, what the
Run
and your
fast, run
thoughts?
far.
My thought is just pure. What the fuck? I hope she falls for him. My God, may God bless you, ma. But
If I
Jesus
was a
fucking
guy, I
Christ.
would be running far.
அது என்னவே God bless you மா வந்துட்டாரு
I mean,
sorry
Sai Baba, no.
ஏய்
Just
பேர்ல மட்டும்தான் சாய் இருக்கு
no, but honestly, what opinions on this?
If I was a guy, I would be running fast and
Yeah,
far
but
away.
I-
you won't
Because
even
remember,
know.
she's getting married in 15 days. So in 15 days, she has to fall in love with this dude. Right.
இல்ல நடக்கலாம் சினிமாலலாம்
If
That
it
நடக்கும்.
doesn't
sets up a
happen,
plot for a rom-com, though.
not everything is gonna be a Selena காதல் right I mean அந்த படத்துல it was okay right it was just a movie but in reality it's unfair for the partner because அந்த காலத்துல maybe yeah our parents time probably this
and
is how
again,
arranged marriage was right like they just get married without zero interest because arranged marriage is like but in this age in this age right like we can't be expecting to fall in love and how our parents we are literally trying to break our parents cycle here right so I mean you get the phase you get at least an year or something right to get to know the person and then we also have that freedom to okay I don't think I have a future with him and whatnot right I don't know why 15 days and then you're still like having that doubt you should be having like some sort of
Because he's the kind every girl wants, earns well, looks decent, brings flowers, cute gifts, cares for my mom, cleans my washroom, all that nonsense. That's
தப்பு
why.
சொல்லாத ஒரு.
Cause women always
he's
look for stability, right? Rather than love.
What does cleaning the washroom have to do with stability?
I mean, clean the washroom is just
bro, you
something
have
I
to
I
do
think.
mean, when you come,
in with my
I mean,
wife.
okay, but then, sorry, what else do you expect from an arranged marriage also?
Not clean the
Like you're
washroom.
getting
What do I
yourself into an
expect?
arranged marriage.
I mean, I want to fall for the person. That's why I don't agree with arranged marriage because it's like you're going into the preset mind that you have to like this person.
Not
Okay.
really.
And when you just go in with the whole thought that, oh, I have to fall for this person, and they also come with the same idea, right? That you have to fall for this person. So the whole point is
Mm,
going to be starting off with, hi, இப்போ கல்யாணம் பண்ணலாம். Like, you get it, right? It's basically you're gonna get married in 1 year, and your parents are like, they are like the Tinder over
but
here,
Not
So,
right?
so
really.
I
let's
mean,
change.
in that point, so this Paneer girl does have a point, right? So she has to like this person. So it's
No,
arranged marriage,
Yeah, she's
right?
basically just saying your point.
So it's just that she's
In
no, she
saying it
doesn't
out
have to.
loud, but and also it's kind of a crazy point here is that she's saying this 15 days ago.
Guys,
Yeah,
I
but
have
I'm
an
saying
opinion
I'm
on
saying the
this.
Yeah,
marriage shouldn't take place. It's not fair on her or the guy because she's not in love with him. How can you marry someone without being in love with them? Is my question in the first place.
Sayu, to that,
That's such a
right?
risky ass move.
Wait, Sayu, but love is not the only thing that's needed for marriage to work. Having just love
Damn,
alone is not going to make your marriage a success.
too political.
Sai is a delusional fuck.
Okay, yeah, but the whole point
No,
is love has to be there for a
yeah,
marriage to work. Why
yeah,
are you
love
getting
has to
married
be
without
there.
love?
Love has to be there for sure, but it's not the only thing that's needed, is my point. Love mattu
Yeah, but
irundha or marriage
chefs,
is not
but
going to
love
work.
is the main thing, right, chefs?
yeah,
But
but then
still,
in an arranged marriage, you
Because
can't. It's
because
anyways, it's
if love
forcing
wasn't
love, right?
involved,
talking about arranged marriage, Love is just a portion of it. Is what how I see it is love is a portion of it. Your being compatible is super important for love marriage or arranged marriage. That I think triumphs love because you can be in love with someone but not be compatible with them. Your personalities cannot be compatible, and that's just going to
Oh
cause
yeah, facts.
over
Mm,
chaos.
mm.
So
Big
at this
facts.
point, if it's not about love, then I can just marry Raj because he gives every other stability I need in my
But you
life.
don't get
Is
sex.
it?
Thanks, man.
No,
I don't
I
think it's
genuinely
compatible in all angles you're looking into.
Exactly.
yeah,
I mean,
but
if you're
love is
sexually
the
attracted to a
priority though,
woman,
guys. Like, why are we getting married to someone we are not in love with?
no, I'm
Bro,
not. No,
love
no,
lasts.
I'm saying
Love
love
It's
comes
has to
today,
be
goes
there.
tomorrow.
Love has to
I'm
be
on
there.
it.
It's not
But-
the only important thing, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
For
but chefs,
for
I
your
get
marriage
that.
to work.
No, I'm not talking about marriage to work. Okay, what is marriage to you? Why do you get married to someone? Why did you get married to your husband?
To start a family.
And to basically
You didn't
share
fall for
share
him then.
share everything with the person I'm in love with, who I like. Yes,
eh,
yes. But having said that, if my husband didn't have certain other like qualities which were compatible with me or certain things
No,
that
no,
I'm
no, no,
willing
no,
to
no.
do with,
That is different. That is different. First point you said was you're in love, right? Are you gonna marry
yeah,
everyone who
but
has
you have
all
to
the
come.
things Chris
so
has,
she
or are
had
you
a
only gonna
love
marry Chris?
marriage, right? It's different. She had a love marriage. This is about
Exactly. So she
arranged
fell for
marriage.
him. No, it's a love
Let her
Perspective
speak.
marriage.
Let her
different.
speak.
இல்ல ஏன்னா it really comes down to your circumstance, right? For that girl's circumstance, do we know why she has to go into an arranged marriage? Do we know what the external factors are in this thing? So a lot plays a role in a arranged marriage versus a love marriage, is what I think.
See,
Facts.
I'm not blaming the girl. But I'm just
No,
saying you
no,
can't get married without love. Is my point. You can't marry
you
anyone without
can.
love.
I think you can fall in love with someone over time.
Facts.
Facts. I mean, how else like love marriage work in our parents' time, and
Exactly.
actually arranged marriage worked better than love marriage in our parents' generation, right? Because they actually
Oh,
fell in
our
love and they're
parents'
still both.
generation was different, bro. They had to fucking have first night after with a random stranger, bro. Oh yeah, we are married. Let's fuck now. Like, come on, don't even bring that nonsense into this. Our parents
What's the
had so
difference
much of
between you and
Okay,
qualities.
okay, okay, okay. I have a question. I have a question. So our generation doesn't do that with hookups and stuff. Like
I
it's not
literally what I was
sleeping with
gonna
a
say.
stranger.
What's the difference between that versus you having a one night stand and then ending up dating this person?
Oof. Good
Marriage is
question.
the
Oh,
difference. No one says let's get married and hook up and break up. No, they say
Nah,
marriage
nah,
is
nah.
a bond. Like, okay, why all the hullabulla for marriage? Why are we doing all this to show the world that we are married? You're a couple now. Yeah, you're a wife and husband. Okay, you're like partners. So to be partners, you need love. I get all your other factors. You can't marry without the other factors. 100% facts. But you can't marry without love is
But
my point. I
can
don't
I
get
say
the whole
something?
point of marrying without love is
Can,
my point is.
can I say
Why are we
something?
marrying if you are not in love with the person?
Can I say something? If you only depend on love for a marriage to last, your marriage won't last that long.
No, no,
You
but
don't
what
have
he's
to
saying
depend on
is
love, but you're not getting the
it's a
point is
part
that
of
you
it.
have to love someone to marry
Wait,
them.
Sayu, maybe from that girl's perspective, let's say, for example, she has 10 things that she's looking for. There are 10 things for a marriage to work. Maybe 9 has ticked the boxes. And she's hoping that she likes the boy, is what she says in her tweet. If, and she's hoping that eventually it will blossom into love. As long as she's been open about this with the guy
Yeah,
and they are consensual about this and they are on the
there's
same
nothing wrong.
page, I don't see what's wrong.
At this
Exactly.
point, I'm considering my postman because that bug is kind. That bugger delivers all the things I order. Right? He's very nice with my dad and me. He's like always put some small talks. I'm just not in love with him, but hopefully in the next time, tomorrow morning when he comes, hope I fall in love.
So wait, I have a
That's my
question.
three.
I mean,
I have a question. So would you fuck him?
Who?
Your postman?
My
Bro.
postman, would I bang him? I'm not in love, so I need to be in love to bang him. But if I fall
Get
in
the
love,
fuck
I
out.
would.
Get
Because I
the
believe in love, baby. Unlike, wait, also,
Oh,
quickly,
sure,
she
sure,
has a
sure.
part two to it. Guys, please don't misunderstand. Just because I said I feel nothing doesn't mean I'm a gold digger, a bad person, or that I'll ruin his life. I pray to God every day that if he sent this guy for a reason, then please make me fall because now I'm completely his. See, I
No,
agree
see,
with that. She's not a gold digger. I'm not getting into
can I
that.
say
I'm not
something?
saying anything
Can I
about the
say
girl.
something? Can I say something? Okay. So I feel like a lot of people who get into arranged marriages feel this way anyway. But only thing that she had access to social media, she went out and blurted it out. That's about the
Yeah,
difference.
that's the thing. I think that's a mistake. I think everyone who goes into arranged marriage in this era, that's what their fate is.
Yeah, pretty
I mean,
much.
everyone, everyone hopes that they actually like that person.
But
It turns
no,
out
no,
good.
but
I don't think anyone.
fun fact, arranged marriages last longer than love marriage.
Exactly.
Yeah,
So
That's
exactly.
only
Because
about
that's
love.
also because our parents, they look into the compatible, like Chef said, right? Compatible is very important to keep like a relationship, a marriage working out.
100%.
Strongly disagree,
So
friends.
no,
But
so
I mean, if there's
if you
something that
I
you're
don't.
not, you have a, if you want
The
different things,
only
it's not going
reason
to work out.
I
The
do
only
believe
reason arranged marriage is working over love marriage, which I agree with, is not because of compatibility and all that nonsense. It's because when you're in a love marriage, you already know the person. You'll have done all the shit together. You'll have already been together. You'll have gone places. You'll have done everything. When you get into arranged marriage, that's when you'll start doing the new things. You discover the person and you learn about the person. So that takes a
Mm.
long ass period, and that period will be a nice period because now you're married and you're learning about each other. But when you're in a love marriage, you already know about the person and then you're getting married. And some people tend to get bored faster because you already know and what's more, right? Because you have already done everything together. So it's just going to be like living together, right? I believe, I believe that's the reason why couples fall out of love,
No,
whatever, whatnot,
it's
right?
also the responsibilities, right?
Yeah,
It's not
yeah. So
just
that's
they're
part of
living
it. That's
together, it's
part of the
also the
factors. Yeah,
responsibility. Yeah. So,
yeah. But the parents finding
so
the
that's where the
compatibility.
compatibility doesn't it play, right? Like if that person,
Are
like,
you talking
you
about
know,
horoscope?
No, just how like
how they handle the situations, like, finances or like the house, keeping everything, right?
yeah, more than that, also just your values and your morals, they need to match.
Mm.
Like
Yeah,
imagine like
exactly.
that's more
Yeah,
important
that,
than anything else.
yes, that.
It's not just about love, Sai. When you're going to start a family, your kids, it's like how you want to raise your kids. Even like if someone has a different opinion on that, just because you love them,
I don't
doesn't mean you can
disagree
run
though.
a family.
no,
I
but
don't
I do get
disagree
what
with you
Sai is
guys
saying
though.
as
But
well.
my
But I
point
do get
is,
what he's
I
saying.
have to
We
be in
need
love
love,
to get
but
married, and I strongly believe that.
Yeah,
So
I have to
உனக்கு
be in
arranged
love with
marriage
any
இல்லப்பா
person,
உனக்கு
and I'm gonna
உனக்கு
marry.
உனக்கு love marriage தான், but for someone who's unlucky in love
yeah,
and they
Yeah,
want to get, they
like all
really
of
want to have
us,
like a family, and they
exactly.
want to have like, they want to have a family, like, they have certain ஆசைகள், right? So if they want to do that, they'll only opt for arranged marriage.
also
Circumstances. That's it.
see,
Yeah.
there are some people who don't have the time to go looking for start
Or they're
dating
just
first, right?
awkward. Yeah.
No, no, I'm not saying arranged marriage is wrong. Okay, I'm saying if you don't fall for the guy you're gonna marry, then
don't marry him.
Bro, arranged
I
marriage
It's
see it
not
takes
as
wrong. You
a
you
time to
can't say
fall for
that
the guy.
also.
You
Then
can't.
Raja Rani itself is wrong, no, bro. Why did you watch the movie and like it?
because it's a
Because the
movie.
movie was copied.
And-
Was it the copy of
Because
some other movie?
it's a movie.
No, that
But
happens so
all
often
the
in real
time,
life. It's about
Fair
being
enough.
optim like there should be like I think if I was
you
going into an
can't
arranged
judge
marriage,
someone
right,
for
in
that.
this situation, if I was that girl, I would look at like a lot of things that happens, and if I true you know if you can fall in love with someone, if your personality
To
is
be honest, it's
compatible,
just a
Yeah.
no. To be
it's just
honest,
not
it's
giving
just
that
hope.
time then in
It's
this
just hope.
marriage.
It's just hope from both sides. Hope
Exactly.
it'll work out.
Exactly.
It'll better. Hope is the only thing which will keep it
I mean,
running.
love marriage also is just hope that you
Yeah.
don't fall out
Yeah.
of love, right?
It's always
The
a
same
hope
thing.
or a rope, brother. Imagine the marriage doesn't work out, get the rope out.
Then you.
தம்பி தம்பி டிவோர்ஸ் இருக்கு தம்பி. அவ்வளவு மேல போ தேவையில்ல.
நேரடியா மேல
Nah,
போறது
no,
இல்ல அந்த
Okay.
okay. I sort of agree with you guys, but still standing by my point because I don't want to agree fully.
yeah,
நீங்க
that's
லவ்
because
மேரேஜ் தான்ப்பா,
My
உங்களுக்கு
ego.
லவ் மேரேஜ் தான் நடக்கும், கவலைப்படாதீங்க.
Hopefully.
Okay, so now Sayu's thing is done. So chefs, do you want to talk about your tweet?
No, so mine was because I saved it some time ago. It was like a banterous, stupid, film-related tweet. Okay, it's a
Uh,
long tweet. Though. I'm gonna read it. Okay. Why is Diana Mariam Korean in brackets
Nice.
DMK, aka Nayantara, acting as Amman again? Diana Mariam Korean, DMK, popularly known as Nayantara, tried her best to hurt the sentiments of Brahmins through that fiasco Annapurni, but she was booted out mercilessly. The movie was taken down from Netflix owing to a united voice from Brahmins against that crappy movie. Is Diana, DMK, now trying to hurt a wider spectrum of Hindus who worship Amman? The movie's first installment was directed by another DMK slave, Balaji. What a name for a DMK slave. Why is DMK even allowed to act as Amman again? Given her political clout, can she even act as the princess along with the prince himself? Please boycott Mukuti Amman too, at least for DMK.
Spoken like
Who's
a true Anil, chefs. I just want to say that. DMK, DMK, sorry.
yeah? Isn't DMK Vijay's political party?
No,
You're the
Diana
DMK. Da.
Hey,
Mariam Korean, her name.
DMK. Oh my bad. Shit.
Mm.
You see, the marketing is very poor. Huh? They market like DMK.
In our வாயில was DMK இல்ல அதுதான்.
அவரே வந்து ஸ்பீச்ல டிஎம்கே டிஎம்கேன்னு கத்திட்டு இருக்காப்ல.
ஐயோ அடிக்க போறானுங்க.
So why are people fixated? Why are they combining religion with a movie star?
Same dumb.
I
It's
think
always
it's
been the
also with
case.
Nayanthara's thing, right? Like Nayanthara had that bad reputation with this thing, and then people didn't like her acting in that Sita roles and was pretty messed up, right? Like she's an actor, she should be able to act any roles, but then
Yeah, but
they were
that came down to the fact that because of her personal life. But why is the girl getting so much bashing? I mean, there were rumors. For example, there were rumors that Prabhas was seeing multiple other people. He didn't get bashed when he did a holy role.
Hey, now
other
are you gonna talk about misogyny now?
That comes down to a bigger mentality
topic.
of men in India. That
Not
No,
comes
just
down to
men,
the lack
not
of
just
it's
education,
the
the lack of
mentality of
knowledge,
No,
the
the
but
lack
the
of
religious
problem is
youth.
it's not just men. Just rightfully, that
eh,
Shravika said, it's not just men. I've seen strong Hindu women also post about
Yeah,
this.
it's a religious thing.
it's a very religious base. It's not just men thing. It's like Nama religion people are very into, they always target women. They don't really
yeah.
see like
But the
Prabhas
slut
has
shaming
he's away.
happened because of men, no?
Yeah, but also women also,
Because she dated three,
yes.
four men or whatever, and they have already
Can I
slut
say
shamed her
something?
into the whole.
Can I say something controversial?
Go on.
In our religion, the male gods always have like two wives and this and
Yeah,
that.
it's true.
The
It's normal
females have
actually.
never. I mean, then the religion itself is
They normalize it.
Firstly,
misogynistic
No,
one.
that's true. That's true. It's even that Kannagi post you shared, right, Chefs? It's like regardless of her husband, whatever she did, but she was seen as like, she did all this for her husband, right?
But that
Aditya,
said,
so that's our mentality. That's how our things are being
no, but that said,
viewed to us.
Draupadi had like five husbands also.
At the end, I don't know if she had the consent.
also, isn't
So,
Vidamayachi based on that whole Kannagi thing, except the other way around? Gender roles reversed, if you think about it? No?
Kind of.
Problem is, Kannagi, whatever she did was, it's been portrayed in the fact that she did it for the love of her husband, but she did it for self-respect. That people just tend to just ride over that perspective of it.
Yeah, but then the husband cheated, right? Like he had an affair?
He
Something like that?
cheated.
No?
He cheated previously, and then he comes back to her. But whatever she did, it's because she truly loves him, right? And her self-rest. But that's her personal opinion. But
அதுக்குதான்
then they
தல
made
கடைசியில சொல்லுவாரு.
that's what but then what people expect is that regardless of கல்லானாலும் புருஷன் ஒரு dialogue இருக்குல்ல. So people like expect everyone to like, accept your husband's mistake because regardless he's a boy, that's how he's gonna be. So
yeah, that,
he'll just go around. I mean, பசங்கன்னா அப்படித்தான். You
Fuck
just have to
yeah.
be accepting.
அப்படிதான்.
So that's the
That's the right
mentality
way to
that
go
our
about it, bro.
society has. And that's exactly what's happening with Nayanthara and this Prabhas thing, right? So Nayanthara is getting bashed, but Prabhas, they really don't care about what Prabhas's personal life is.
Why are we
True.
going Prabhas? We can take STR, for example.
No, but Prabhas here. No. But
Really.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Prabhas never destroyed anyone's families, though.
I mean, okay,
But
again,
then
why doesn't
again, why does
Prabhudeva
a
get the
person...
heat though? Why doesn't
True.
Prabhudeva get the heat?
No, so
He did, I
if there's
think.
two people in a relationship and one person is already in another relationship, it's that person's fault. Is what I like. They're the ones who are ruining the relationship, not the new
Or
one who's coming.
I'm so confused.
100%. But Prabhudeva also got the heat. No, he also got shit
No, he
for
didn't get
whatever
any
Not
heat.
he
really.
He
did.
didn't get
No,
any heat.
not really, not
He
really.
He did. He
continued to
Compared
did.
to
do
the
films.
volume,
He continued to make movies. He continued to get the stardom. He continued to get the
Oh,
fame.
same
He
thing
was
with Nayan,
celebrated
though.
all over
Same
North
thing with
India,
Nayan.
South India. He still is, but
So
he's just
same
he
thing
got
fallen
with
off.
like
Nayan, though.
1% of the heat.
No, Nayan
Nayan.
still gets criticized. It's just that
Yeah,
she's
but she still
married
get
and gone
movies.
off. She
She
changed
still
her
gets
life
movies
around.
and stuff now.
No,
She
but
still
you know,
gets
she had a phase. She had a really bad
That
phase
was
when
a
that
phase.
happened.
Nayan was completely what do you call that? Red carded, right? Or some shit like that, where like
Something like
Yeah,
they
but
boycotted her.
in a way, you know the kind of person she is. She like what do you say? She like tries to outshine the other actresses. Like Mamta Mohandas once came out and said that she has like cut out my scenes. Only I should be next to Rajini.
See
So
that
shit like that.
that that and
So
all
then
I
is
get it, right? That and all I get it. But
I guess
those
she
and
deserve
all
it.
are information that is coming out in recent years or whatnot. But Nayan, not just Nayan, women in general will always be hated for these kind of things over the man, over the male actor, because purely because of gender,
Mm, Now I feel like it's.
right?
I mean, actor, yeah, maybe I don't know, but
Bro,
like in
actors always get the heat, bro.
I'm talking
Men
about.
actors always escape.
Yeah,
Look at
yeah.
Balaya. Look at the shit he does. He always look at all these buggers, like how they behave with like the female actresses in
Yeah, the
the, like,
stars. Yeah, the stars always get
why
away with
just
it.
take what?
Do you think if Adarva does it, do you think he can get away with it? I don't think so.
Not
No,
really.
so
Of course, if
look what.
Adarva and a new heroine does the same thing, the new heroine's gonna be bashed. Adarva will get away more than that. I don't think Adarva will be
He will
really,
get hit.
really
He will get hit.
I
escape
He
with
will
mean,
it.
get.
we have Chinmay and Vairamuthu, guys. Chinmay is literally banned and she
Yeah.
doesn't get any chances. And
You're
Vairamuthu still pens
Chinmay
lyrics.
being the victim.
comparing a dominant guy to a newbie, right? Compare a newbie and a newbie. It will be the same thing. You're comparing someone in power, like Vairamuthu already has so much influence in the industry.
And
Chinmay is a
Chinmay is all
national award winner. Chinmay is a national award winner,
Yeah,
and
but
she's
it's
also one of the
influence,
best
right?
singers from 2008 till she came out
100%,
with
no
this.
doubt about
She literally won a fucking national award for Sara Carter, I think,
no doubt
and
about
she
all
still
that,
got
right?
boycotted. You're
So
telling
let's
me
say, okay,
they're
okay,
not gonna use her voice?
let's say Pradeep Ranganathan pulls a stunt like this, right? Don't you think he's gonna get cancelled
No, no,
immediately?
he's gonna get, yeah, yeah, he's gonna get heat.
He's gonna
He's
get
right.
shit days like that. He'll be out
சரி,
Yeah,
like
சும்மா சும்மா அந்த ஆளு பேர் இழுக்காதீங்கடா.
இல்ல நான் சும்மா எக்ஸாம்பிளுக்கு
I mean,
சொல்றேன்டா
getting
லைக்
shit
நியூ
is different, guys. The way women are judged in the industry outside the world.
yeah, that is
You can
also
take
true.
women when a
no I think now it's
when a
changing.
woman
Now I
does
think
this
it's changing.
does
Now I
something
think men are also
controversial.
no I think men are also getting judged the same way nowadays. At least nowadays.
They're
Maybe in
No,
back
getting
bro,
judged, but it's
absolutely not.
still, it's
Equal.
Absolutely
still
not,
No,
bro.
levels to it.
equal.
If you go without a shirt and if chefs goes without a shirt, is a whole different story, right? The
yeah,
same
I
shit.
mean
No, I'm just
depends on
giving
where you
off the
do it.
top of my head, but I'm just telling you, like there are deeper points we can go into this, but you cannot tell me it's the equal shit that men face.
No, depends on where
Men
you do it.
face different kind of problems, but when it comes to this particular topic of slut shaming,
Yeah, yeah, that's
like
true.
Yeah,
the whole
where
Always the
slut
woman gets
shaming
the higher
itself.
branch
Bro,
of
when a
it.
boy fucks 10 men, sorry, 10 women, he's a playboy, right? Okay, whatever,
are you homo
representing the
moonly
gay guys as well.
எடுத்துக்கிறீங்க
You can fuck gay men also, whatever. But
Postman.
when a
postman
woman does
right?
that, you any of the you buggers would also call her a fucking slut, wouldn't you all? Just be
I
honest. No,
would.
I wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't.
I wouldn't.
we wouldn't, but
yeah, you
men.
wouldn't. Like, we progressive people won't, right? But
Yeah.
look at these guys. This all these carabuggers. But no, but serious talk though. You all agree with it or not? A woman who
Yeah,
has
yeah,
10 night
100%.
10
yeah.
night one night
Yeah,
stands
yeah,
and a man
yeah,
who
yeah.
does it will are looked on, and by the same men. The same men will be calling this guy a legend, and the same men will be calling that girl a
Yeah,
fucking slut.
100%.
So you
yeah,
cannot tell me
yeah,
that
yeah,
a
yeah.
man and woman in this particular things are judged equally.
Yeah,
Hmm.
But
that's true.
financially, a woman is never judged. A man is always judged, right? So there are certain different things that
Bro,
we
that's
can
a
bring. But
topic.
this
That's
particular
another
topic,
topic. That's another
Exactly. So
podcast.
this topic, Nayan will get the heat more than any other co-stars.
Yeah, fair enough.
Right. Like again,
Yeah,
like
but
Chef said, Prabhas can
again,
play Rama, Prabhas can play Karna, Prabhas can play all kind of gods. Right.
no, no,
And he
but
can go the next day, smoke and go, and he'll still be celebrated.
again,
Right.
the relevance here is like this is a religion thing,
No,
right?
if Nayan
So
releases a
she is a
picture of her
Christian.
smoking tomorrow,
No,
she'll
no,
be fucking bashed again.
no, no. It's just because of the. I mean, one thing, obviously, all of that. But on top of that, it's because she's a Christian playing a Hindu god. None of these guys all never like it. Most of the time, they never like it. Even when someone from another religion tries to play a god, they always reject it.
So
It's not
you're
the.
saying if Vijay plays a god,
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
gonna do that?
yeah. Pretty. There'll be a whole sect of people who will be doing that. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
100%
there
sure.
will be
It's
Yogesh, but
it's
the sect is still smaller than the amount of people who are hating on Andara.
Yeah, fair. That's true.
but then again, chefs also our Tamil industry did make movies with Ramya Krishnan as Amman, and it was widely accepted.
Yeah, that's
I
because
mean,
she's Hindu and she's Brahmin.
That
Obviously,
is
they're gonna
crazy.
accept it.
No,
Interesting.
but like
She's
you
Hindu
with
Brahmin. So
Ramya
again,
Krishnan,
it's not.
like
It doesn't come down. That's why I'm also saying this comes down to religion, not about anything else. I
facts.
feel like it's
And
just because
but
she's
I
from
also
Hindu.
think I think that Nayan's issue was more recent, and I mean,
Okay.
I don't
Let's
know.
say,
But
let's say,
also,
It had
okay,
more
I'll tell you. Okay, I
popularity,
have one
right?
more
Like,
point on that.
let's say
I
for
have one more
no, but
instance,
I
point.
remember the
Wait,
heat
wait.
for that Sita movie, no?
let's say for
other
No,
than
instance,
that
wait, wait,
Sita thing was mad. I remember even my mom was talking about that. It
wait,
was
wait.
that famous.
Yeah, because they literally questioned her saying, how can she play Sita? Sita is like a pure woman or whatever the
No,
fuck
but
Queer
nonsense
the
they
woman,
thing
said.
yeah.
is, the thing is when Ramya Krishnan played Aman, it was back then when there was no social media, so there was no one to trash her.
no.
I
They'll
feel like.
always find a way to trash her, bro. They'll even protest, bro.
No, but nowadays it's a bit more open. You have so
Yeah,
much
but
of
these are not
other
even
Kungumam
these are
sources,
not even
right?
in the
social media
varam.
content, Yogi. These are like daily talks between people itself. So these are not just social media talks. These are like Tikada talks,
Yeah.
random two buggers talking or two women talking, that kind of talks, right? And like you said, like yeah, women do judge the other women as well. Like that's also there. But yeah,
It's a
mainly it
religion
is
thing. It's a
created by
religion
the
thing.
men, the
No,
way
I
the
feel like
men
it's a
view the
religion
world.
thing. No, for example, let's say Trisha plays a role like that, right? Now she had all these affairs with Vijay and whatnot, is clearly known, right? If she plays Amman, okay, you think people are gonna give a shit? No, she's Tamil Brahmin, bro. They're like, oh, all hail Trisha only. ஐயா அம்மனே கண்ணில் பார்த்த மாதிரி இருந்துச்சுன்னு சொல்லுவானுங்க அப்படிதான்.
Fair enough, man's got a point.
So it's about religion, bro. It's not about. I mean, it might be the other factors also might be there, but it'll be overlooked when it's a Hindu.
Maybe. And then probably by that holding Nayanthara's past a much more
Much
Yeah,
more
much
strongly.
more than anyone else is because of that too. Yeah, it could be because of that.
they're like our
I mean, we
Christians
never
are
know.
doing
Yeah.
Point.
this.
Hmm.
The
Next week,
logic doesn't logic anymore. But yeah, it is what it is.
Okay.
It's
Next week.
it's crazy that we are what kind of agreeing to Yogesh's point this time.
Yay. That's when you know the world is fucked up.
That's when I know I won. I made it in life.
So anyway, Yogesh, I think Shel, do you have anything else to say or
I
Okay. Okay, so basically, there's a picture of a
hmm?
little girl going up to Snow White and saying, "Meeting you is a dream come true." And Snow White says, "Let's explore your sexuality." And the tweet, "Have you canceled your Disney Plus subscription yet?" So what this comes from is the fact that now all the new age movies and stuff, cartoons, everything that comes out from Hollywood or whatever, shows sexuality and stuff for a younger audience. And is that basically the thing is
It
that it's
is.
brainwashing kids.
Brainwash, yeah.
The stuff you see on Netflix, even though it's kid friendly, they're showing all these things. So that's what the tweet is trying to say, kind of thing.
But
What
this is a
your
this is a very sensitive topic. I can't lie.
No, it's not a sensitive topic. It's clear, right? There was always a guideline for when children should be taught about sexual education. Right? School and all. When did we get taught about it? Not when we are fucking 5-year-old, no.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's
Uh,
pushed early nowadays, this
yeah, that's all
agenda,
stupid. That's all stupid.
but
Why change what's working?
but
Yeah, but
yeah.
why
I
change
do
what's
I
working?
okay, I do get your points, but I like to differ here. It's I would like to see the pros over here. The obviously they're kids. You shouldn't be
Okay, okay.
teaching.
Tell me.
They don't need to know is what I'm saying. But let's be honest, with these kind of things, I think it's about time that society, right, comes to an understanding that these people exist and they are people, they're humans. Give them the same respect, give them the same rights that you would give another person, of a
Basically,
male or a
normalize it
female.
for the kids from a young age.
Normalizing it, and normalizing is gonna have its, like, let's be honest, when we are born, we are called appa amma, right? They say appa amma, and that's where we realize that's a man, that's a woman, right? And we are taught that basic thing as soon as we are born. So for them to bring this up, see, I can agree with y'all. Y'all can agree with me, disagree with me, because we can go back and forth on this. This is like a never-ending thing. But what I believe is, let's normalizing these things would be good, because we start respecting these people, fellow humans,
Mm, yeah.
because there is a massive homophobic hate out here. We don't have to hate them. You don't agree with them, you don't believe in them, or you don't whatever issues you got with them, they're still humans. They live in the same world as you, same area as you, right? You don't have to fucking look at them with disgust. You don't have to fucking treat them lower than what you would do to another person. They're still human, right? They're
Yeah.
not gonna come eat you or sexually harass you, right? You do what you do, they do what they do. They just exist in the same world as you. And it starts right off from kids,
Can
because
I? Can
where
I?
we failed
Can I?
as a
Can I disagree?
society.
Can I disagree?
Yeah, you can disagree,
Just
because you will always disagree. Typical you.
just a few points, right? So you're saying, so what difference does it make? Okay, one thing. Okay, first point is, what difference does it make when we, like, anyways teach them about all of these things when they're a teenager, when they're a bit more mature about
That's too late. That's too late. That hasn't
No,
helped the
I
world. In
think,
we
no, no,
we haven't even taught most of these men.
no,
No,
it's
no.
not.
Wait, let me finish. Yeah, we haven't even taught most of these men that you said, no, teenagers.
Yeah,
We still get all these fucking catcalling, and like
but that's
harassing
lack of
women and all
education.
these
That's
rapes
people
and
who
everything,
don't.
because it hasn't been taught,
No, that's lack of
right?
education at all. Most of the people who
so
do it aren't educated at all. Think
so
about it.
here,
No,
just this, you
no.
have
They
watched
start from
adolescence,
big,
right?
highly
You have watched
influential mothers.
adolescence, right, Yogesh?
I
So
haven't seen
whatever
the
that,
I haven't seen the last episode, so don't spoil it.
No, but here's the
Oh,
thing, right? Okay, that's one thing. And you said like these people, like, they don't disturb you, they don't trouble you or whatnot. So yeah, like when I was a kid, I was terrified, bro, because once when I was walking on the street, bro, a transgender was just waiting on the street, bro. She pulled me out of nowhere. I got scared and I just hooked it, bro. So I mean, shit like that always happens. So then what do you say?
shit
And
like
when you
that
go to India,
happens,
and
but
when you
then
go to
again,
India, and
you should
I
see the
remember
society they
when
are
I'm
put
in
in.
India also, they just come chasing you, bro. As a kid,
Yeah,
bro,
bro,
I get
someone conned
scared.
me,
Why?
dude, last time
Why?
I was in
Why? Did you
India.
ever think about why? Did you ever think about why? Do people like to do that to some other person? No. They are put in that situation. They don't get the basic requirements. They are put in a street to beg to be a fucking prostitute or to do
100%.
these things. That's the way they
100%.
survive. A person does that because that's the only
No
ways of
doubt. No
surviving,
doubt.
because you and your society has denied them their fucking rights.
My
Didn't
society, your
accept them
society
as
too.
part of the society. Didn't give them jobs. Didn't let them come to schools. Bullied them. So don't fucking sit here and be the privileged motherfucker that you are, and call them out because they are put in a situation like that, right?
I'm
A
just
thief
talking about
is
my
created,
trauma,
a
dude. You
murderer
calm
is
down.
created in an environment because he's not given the opportunity, right?
Yeah.
If you
I
don't
mean,
have money, if you don't have money to
then,
feed your
okay.
kids, you steal.
Okay, so then you can say the same thing about thieves, and you can be like, oh, what they're doing is
Everyone,
right.
exactly.
So then you
It
can
has a
say the
bigger
same thing
problem to
about
it. One person that
same
did
thing
that to
about
you,
yeah. So
it's
then you can
one
say
per
that about the
but the
whole
thing
of
is,
society, not
a
only
thief would have
transgender
more
people.
rights
No, then
than
it
they
can
did,
be
though.
no, then it can be said what you're saying can be applied to a whole lot of scenarios. Then it's not only about
No, but
transgender people.
what I'm saying, there's a
No,
difference.
no, I
What
disagree.
the
I
I'll tell you
disagree.
the difference. I'll tell you the
Society,
difference. You don't.
society puts a lot of people in a lot of situation. Doesn't justify why people do everything. So I mean,
No,
so
no, no, no,
that
no,
is
no,
the
no.
reason. That
Society
is the
puts a lot
reason.
of people in a lot of situations. But imagine you don't get right to education, you don't get right to jobs, you don't get
Okay,
right to a fucking
okay,
house.
okay,
Your own
okay,
family
okay, okay,
members
okay. So
disown
I'll
you
give
on
you
the
an
street.
example. I'll give you an
What do you do?
example. So then the same thing about, so this low caste people or whatever they call them. The same thing goes to them. They were
That is
denied
all wrong, no?
education.
That is all
So
wrong, no?
that is wrong, 100%. But
Yeah, you're
so
basically the
you're saying,
oppressed, right?
so you're saying it's justified that they steal, kill, do anything they can to survive.
No, I mean you can't just
When you take
stereotype
away the basic
everyone
fucking
because of
rights,
Is
certain
it
right? How
people
do
who
they
justified? No,
didn't
fight
no, no.
back
have
is
the
I'm
what
just
I'm
asking
privilege
you
questioning.
this.
to do.
If I pull
I'm
you
just
out of that house and tell you you can't go
I
to the street,
know, I
you
know, I
lost your
know. But
job,
I'm just
you can't get
asking
a
you
job.
this. That's all. I'm just asking you this. I'm just asking, is it right that they do, if they do it? That's all I'm asking.
It's not right. It's not right.
Then,
But I'm
then
saying
as
with the,
simple as
I'm
that.
saying look
Then
at
your
look at
question is
look at the
answered.
situation that
I
these
don't.
people are in.
Yeah, yeah. I understand. I understand everything from their point
What
of view
what
and
what
everything.
she did to you was wrong. What she did to you was
That's all.
wrong.
That's
That
all I'm
I'm
saying.
not saying
That's all
no.
I'm saying.
But I'm
That's all I'm
saying why
saying.
did she do
That's.
that to you? Have you ever thought about that?
I have thought about it. Obviously, bro. When I grew up,
And
so
why did she do that? Why did she do that?
when I'm a kid, obviously I have no brains to think about, oh, why did she do this to me? This
Yeah,
and
but
that.
now you have brains, no? Now you talk a lot, no? So did you think?
Yeah, obviously now I think, and now
What
I
did you
know.
what did you find out? What did you find out?
So, like you said, they denied everything, and because of that, they have to do what they do.
When they got their own kakus? Do you know when they got their own kakus? When they got their own toilets? Basic fucking public toilets. You know when they got that?
Hmm.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. Right. They
Bro,
don't
I
have
get it.
basic
I
rights,
get
is what
your
I'm
point.
saying.
I get your point, but
Yeah,
I'm
so
not. No,
so
there's no denying that.
so that comes back again back to what Chef's tweet was, normalizing it,
No, no, no,
making
no.
sure they
Not
are
to
part of the
kids.
society,
Not to
teaching
kids.
them
Not
young.
to kids.
No,
Not
but
to
I
kids.
mean, no, Yogesh, I do agree
Kids,
to a certain extent that like they should be like the kids should know like there are different types of people with different sexuality, but you shouldn't force the kid to figure out their sexuality at that
Tell
age. There's
them,
a difference.
tell them make them aware of the genders. Don't talk about sexuality when they're a fucking kid. Simple as that. Tell them that they're just a different gender. Like there's a woman, there's a man. They tell them there are trans people. Simple as that. Why do you say it's about sexuality and this and that and all that? They like different things when it comes to sex and all. That's unnecessary shit, no?
So what Yogesh is saying is that there's a difference between sexuality and your genders.
Yeah,
This tweet was talking about sexuality.
yeah.
yeah, but then when
And
we
that's
grow
what's
up, you
happening in
always
the
see a
West. That's
man
what's
and a
happening in
woman
the West.
are
So that's
together,
what's
right?
happening in
A
the
man
West,
and a
right?
So,
woman are
so
together.
It's
and
So
then
why can't
insignificant.
we?
It's insignificant.
And our kids see that? Why can't the kids also learn to know that a man and a man can be together, a woman and a woman can be together? What is wrong in that? I don't get it.
So there are
Kids
storybooks
are
for kids
smart
now,
these
which
days,
bring
man.
in
Kids
which
are
bring
way
in
too intelligent now. Okay, yeah, it's not like what you all think. Kids, we were dumb as motherfuckers, right? Kids nowadays can handle so many things, right? So they can understand it. It's basic. It's just basic. Okay, man and a man can be together. They can get married. That's all that what I'm trying to say. A woman and a woman can be married. It's not new for the kid when he gets into 13 or 15 and he sees a man and a man kissing. He's like, what the fuck? Fuck off, you gay bastard, or something to that person. Right? Fuck off, you faggot, or some shit like that to that person. That's when it gets wrong, right? Because they haven't been taught. So normalizing it isn't a deal, isn't a problem. But again, like you said, yeah, there have been going on this whole what do I say, forcing it down your throat kind of thingy, like where people are trying to like make sure you are fucking, one of these, like you are gay or you are trans or whatever, like they are like forcing it down that you have to be like that. That is wrong. That I agree. But teaching them is not wrong at all. Asking them is not wrong at all. Like letting them know that, okay, this is what this is not wrong at all. Right. But telling them you have to be gay
There is
or
a
you're
age.
feeling it,
There's an
what
age.
do you think about this man? That is all stupid shit.
There is an age. You don't need to make them aware of sex or anything like that at a young age, bro. You don't need to. I disagree with you on that completely.
It's
You don't
not
need to
making
talk. You
aware
don't
of
need to.
sex. It's more like making them
You
aware
are.
that a man and man can be together, a
Okay.
woman and
Here's the
woman
thing.
can be together, a man can be a woman can be a man, and so on and on, whatever. Right? All these things that they are, but just normalizing it. It's just information, dude.
No, no. Here's the thing. We aren't even taught about the private parts and whatnot till they're fucking 13, bro. There's a reason for that. They're not dumb enough to
but then Yogesh, I
make.
think. right now, like Sai said, that kids are much more advanced than we were, right? And they have more access to information than we used to. Like literally every kid has a mobile or iPad.
Yeah, but that's all. I
It's
disagree
not
with
about
that as
And
well.
and
advanced
even in
again, bro.
even in
It's
adolescence, just an example, in adolescence,
that's what I
whatever
mean.
that the kid did, they were all 13-year-old kids. They just entered teenagers. So you can't just tell that you have to wait till teenage for them to like being educated. So you have to initially start certain
No, but
things at a much more younger age.
that's why I disagree. That's why it's the parents where the parents started failing. Like exposing your children to the internet at such a young age is a stupid thing to do. Such a
I think
stupid
it's
thing to do.
inevitable at this stage.
No, you can't say
It's
that.
inevitable.
It's inevitable.
What?
No,
What? You're gonna
it's
lock
a
up your
choice,
kid in the basement now?
bro. There is an
Yeah, the
age.
only
You
way
don't need
you
to
can
give
stop
your
your kid
kid.
from
And
using it is
schools
if you lock that
and
shit up.
yoga schools have like smart TVs and they give homework through apps now. It's literally
You
high
can
tech now.
you can set
So they
parental
will have
controls.
access to
You
those
can
things.
set parental
Oh,
controls
we
on
are
your
literally
device.
in like
You can
online
block
schools and
restrict
shit.
access. You can restrict access to sites. You can set parental controls on devices. There are so many things you can do. If you don't do that, that's your neglect. You neglecting your child. As simple as that. If
Neglecting
you
them for what? Like and them their information?
Okay, Yogesh, regardless of how much our parents put some control over us, right, we still found a way to sneak things out.
yeah, but
So even
If
those kids
if
could do.
our generation can do the shit that we did, what
so
makes you
all
think
I'm
that
saying is we shouldn't make it
this
easily
current
available.
generation won't do even
You
crazy shit?
shouldn't. No, you shouldn't make it easily available. So here's the thing. Here's the thing.
There's nothing
Okay, I'll
easily
ask you.
available
I'll
now.
ask you
There's
something.
internet
No,
everywhere.
no, no.
There's a PC everywhere.
Okay. I'll say something like that. Now I'll say this. Okay. So nowadays, drugs are also widely available to school children. Easy. It's way more easier than how back in our day in school we used to get it. Then shall we just say it's inevitable? We should just let it. Or what should we do?
Uh,
Bro, we only thing we can do is we just have to hope that, our
No,
child doesn't become a
you
junkie.
try
We
your
just have to
best to
teach them
make
about
sure it's hard.
what
so we
exactly are you
No,
gonna
educate
do to
our
protect
kids
them.
about these drugs and things, right? So we tell them like these things, people will come and give you these
you
things.
Yeah,
Just
this
don't
is what
get
but
yourself
happens.
here
into it.
This is what happens to you. Again, like
yeah,
just
yeah.
like our parents told
Our
us.
parents told us the same thing about everything. No, that doesn't change much, right? But what I'm trying to say is, we make it hard like what you can do. What's in your hand is to make it hard as possible for them to get it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, in
If
that way
you
you should lock the child up.
not
No,
really.
no, guys. I think to just sum this up, I think what I would do is to basically there's age appropriate ways to teach your kids about sexuality and gender. It can come down to if it's like a small kid, you can be like, some families have two moms, some families have two dads. Some people can change from a boy to a girl. It's about exposing them to it, but at a very age sensitive way. I think that's really important, is what I believe, because at a young age of like 4 or 5 years they can get confused very quickly, and they basically latch on to certain trends. Like sometimes when they hear a certain word, they would keep using it. For example, when I was a preschool teacher, a kid heard the fuck word when their parents were using it. He made a song out of that word, dude. That's what he sang at morning, like
I
certain
want to
You
hear
wanna
it.
sing it for us? Sing
he
it.
sang Old MacDonald with the word fuck alone, and I was like, what the hell do I do?
I'm gonna have a
Old
fuck.
See,
MacDonald.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying,
yeah.
because they're so curious. Their minds are just like the neural pathways are just being formed at that age.
Yeah.
So it's really important to
I
expose them.
like that song. It's pretty
I agree
catchy.
with Sayu. They need to be exposed to it, so it's so normal for them, so they don't hate those people when they grow up. But also at the same time, it has to be very age appropriate, just like what Yogesh said. I think it's a finding the balance between both of you.
Balance.
I
Yeah.
think is the most
And
important
another
thing.
thing, right? You say it's inevitable that your children will be exposed to the internet and this and that. You expose your children to the internet, their dopamine circuits going to be so fried they're not going to be able to
Yeah,
focus for more than 5 minutes at a time. And after that, what are they
exactly,
going to do with
and
their
that's
lives?
scientifically proven.
So what are they going
So
to do
it
with
really
their
comes
lives?
down to the parents to like handling and doing a better job at being a parent, to be
It's
honest.
harder to be
Like
a
just because
parent
you're
nowadays.
tired and you're exhausted, I don't think you should give. I mean, none of us are parents, so I don't think we have the right to say what's right and what's wrong. But just from like a third person perspective and from a scientific point of view, giving screen time, long periods of screen time to kids is just not okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the I think representation is really important, regardless of what audience it is. It's super important as long as it goes along with the storyline. I don't like the fact that now they have to insert certain things. It
Yeah,
it that makes you like. I think that does the opposite of what they want it to be, right? Like just inserting like
unnecessary.
சம்பந்தமே இல்லாம இதுல
Example?
போட்டு
It's like how in Vinay from Kadalika Neramillai.
எது
Kadalika Neram Vinay.
yeah, you give them right respect to properly do the characterization character arc. அதெல்லாம் செஞ்சா make sense if it's with the storyline. போடணுங்கிறத just to tick a box, don't do it. Is was very unrelated to what we're talking, but I think
I-
also think because it's cinema
It's
related.
like putting a
That's
masala
where
song in
I
a Tamil
can.
padam. It's like putting an item song. சம்பந்தமே இல்லாம சொருகுற மாதிரி தான்.
ஆமா சம்மந்தமே இல்லாம like they'll put an Asian person in like a Hollywood film just for representation, diversity and inclusion க்கு அந்த மாதிரி அதெல்லாம் they need to just stop doing that and might as well be
But
true
I
to your
feel
story.
like now they're also trying to,
Milk
what do I
அது
say?
நான்
They're trying to do it with like Indian characters, like main characters as well. Like they are trying some shit. They are trying some Black Batman, Black Superman. They're thinking of ideas, Black James Bond.
Fuck.
They're doing all kinds of nonsense like that, but which I don't agree. But then I did see this one post that made me feel like there's this little black kid, and the movie I can't remember. Honestly, I can't remember the movie. Sorry, but it's an animated movie, right? And the main character is also a black kid,
was it
right?
Spider-Man?
No, 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 no. It's a girl movie. It's
Oh,
like a female princess. Like it's like a black prince, a little one. I can't
oh,
remember.
okay.
Was it Moana? Moana? Was it Moana?
Must have been. Oh, Princess and
Right.
the Frog.
No, it's a new one, Chef. It's like in the last 2, 3 years, okay. And
Okay.
then she looks at the character on screen and she goes like, "Mama, it's me."
Yeah, I've seen this.
I mean, and
Oh,
it
it's
it said
yeah.
this is what representation
I'm
matters.
right. It was Princess and the Frog. அதுல தான்
Oh, is that a new movie?
தெரியலையே.
Okay, never mind. But you get the idea, right? So and she's like,
Representation of yeah.
so that was nice. So I mean, but then again, don't take iconic characters that already has a set of this thing and try to make it black or Hispanic or whatever, Asian or whatever, right? Just, I mean, I don't know, man. I honestly have no clue. Like with this, it's just like I liked it when the kid saw her representation, right? And she's happy. So I don't
I
know.
mean, like, just opposing to what you're saying, Sayu, I agree with everything you said except for the fact that like a cult character எடுத்து மாத்த வேணான்னு. I don't think that's right because oh, actually, yeah, because back in the day, like everything is based on a comic, right? Your Avengers, to your DC, Ellame. Back in the day, obviously, it was all white people who wrote it, so it was made that the characters were white and the evil person was person of color. I think that's okay to be broken now, but as long as it makes sense, is my
Hmm.
point.
It shouldn't be
A black
forced,
James Bond?
basically.
Why create like James Bond
Why can't you come up with a
as
new
like
story?
why not a
I
different
think
James
you should
Bond?
give their own identity, basically. I would
That's
encourage
what
for
I
their
mean.
own identity.
That's what I
I
mean.
mean, it's
But then
fine.
again,
I mean,
then again,
I think it is fine to like change the thing, but I feel also think encouraged to have their own identity as well. In that way, so you're not forcing like a very American character. You're not putting an Indian person, right? Like you're putting an Indian thing, so they'll be doing very American stuff, but they are just India. That's it. Only their skin is like brown, but they'll be doing all white
have I
things.
Like
Huh?
Vetrimaran says, rooted cinema is international cinema.
Rooted cinema always, yeah.
That's why I liked Amy Jackson in Tangamaga.
Yeah, so I mean that made
In
Of a
sense.
white
Dhanush's
representation
defense, she
coming
is
from.
half British, half.
அதுல justification கொடுத்திருப்பாங்க.
Yeah,
Adata.
Choice.
Hema Risausa.
Disausa. ஏன்னா
என்ன
This house.
கச முசாவா அதுதானே தெரியும் அந்த ஜோக் அப்பவே ஒர்க் அவுட் ஆகல இப்பவும் ஒர்க் அவுட் ஆகல
சரி யோகி உங்க last tweet கெரியா
Yeah.
வாங்க.
எங்க tweet with all these mixed reviews, it now makes more sense to go watch these movies in the cinemas instead of and deciding for yourself instead of listening to these people who are reviewing these movies. What do you think about it? So people like Sayu, so what they say is, எனக்கு 10 நிமிஷம் தான் எனக்கு ஒரு நாளுக்கு ஒரு வாரத்துக்கு ஒரு படம் தான் பார்க்க டைம் இருக்குதுன்னா நான் 10 ரிவ்யூ பார்த்துட்டு அதில் அந்த அவன் சொல்கிறத கேட்டுட்டு தான் நான் படம் பார்ப்பேன். ஆனால் people like me, what I say is, I don't give a shit about what anyone says about a movie. I'm gonna watch it for myself if I'm curious, and regardless of what anyone says, even if people trash it, call it trash, I'll watch it. If I like it, I'll still say I like it, regardless of whoever the fuck hates it. I don't give a shit. That's
Yeah,
so
I
that's
think that comes with privilege, right? So now you can easily go watch the movie on your own, but for Sayu with his time schedule and with
ஆமா
his
நல்ல காப்பி தான்.
ticket prices, right? Sorry, with his ticket prices and whatnot, right? So he will probably like not just everyone, like even Swati and them, right? Like they when they want to watch a movie in theaters, they are like, okay, this movie better be worth their effort. Like the money they are putting and the amount of transport and like I mean for them it's more like, they have to think about this thing. But for someone like me, right, I really don't care about the money I'm putting in theater. If I go watch it and
Shigala.
rich girl alla, this is like my guilty pleasure மாதிரி like it's
No,
just
no,
like
no,
I
no.
like to go and watch my like movies, and then if I like it I like it, if I don't like it I don't like it, right? But then Yogesh, you are lucky because you can watch a movie and you can like it or you don't really get influenced by reviews, but I get influenced by reviews, so I do not check into reviews, and I like to go watch the FDFS and get my own experience. But
Yeah.
I think it's
I think for all of us on this podcast, we have some sort of privilege
yeah,
to be able to somewhat comfortably put some amount of money for entertainment purposes, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
However, I think this tweet, for us, what we think of it, I don't really think it matters. But for majority of like the Indian market, Tamil Nadu, they can only afford to watch one movie with their entire family. And I think anga vande it's important that they look at that. They need to enjoy it, right?
Mm.
And that's
It's
also
a
not
matter of
monthly
skill.
chefs. That's also Pongal,
Pongal.
Tirula,
Special. Yes,
Appappa,
absolutely.
extra bonus
I think
ஏதாவது
a review is
வந்துச்சுன்னா.
super
Yeah.
important for them to be like, you know what, to even know if they can take their kids for it, right? எல்லாத்துக்குமே the review gives you answers because they don't have access to information like we do. And I think a review like your newspaper review or video review எதுனாலுமே, I think for them it plays a huge role, and that's why I don't think reviews should be removed completely.
Mm.
I remember, I think when Kangua came or something, they said 3 days ago, 72 hours ago, reviews போடாம இருக்கணும்னு. I don't think that's fair because that's a taking away someone's like freedom of speech,
No, yeah,
firstly.
yeah.
And secondly, that's someone's job. It's a legit job. It's been there. It's journalism in a way, right? You're reviewing something. And thirdly, if you personally don't want to watch a review, don't watch a review. Like I
Yeah.
don't watch reviews before I
Yeah.
go. And I tend to stay away from the tweets that talk about certain films that I'm excited about also. Because no matter how much you say, it can influence you. You go in expecting something. It may just because they say a film is
Yeah.
bad, you're not going to think it's bad, but you're going to know. Remember some certain points that they said about
Yeah.
technicality and whatnot. Things you wouldn't have noticed if you hadn't watched the review,
Exactly. Yeah.
because we're not all technically savvy like that, like film tech. So it's, I think each person should make that decision on their own, but I don't think anyone has a right to say you can't. And no producer has the right to say don't make a review on my film. You need to do better as a producer. You need to do better as an actor. You need to do better as a director. Make a bloody good film. End of
Yeah.
story.
That's true. Yeah. Go for it, Sai.
இங்க ஒரு தவளை
That was
மணி
nicely,
வாங்கவில்லை.
nicely put. Yeah, I know that was nicely put, chefs. And also
Yeah.
to add to that, just adding to what Chef said, because I agree with everything she said. It's the coming back to main point of yogis, right? Let's be honest, okay? Most of the times, 90% of the times, when the reviews are good, the movie hits with the audience. My mom is an example. Labal Pandu got massive good reviews. My mom, who doesn't even hasn't watched a single Harish Kalyan movie or the Dinesh movie, she's like, let me watch Labal Pandu. Power of reviews, and it's right most of the times. Ratchasan, I can give you thousands of examples. The movies that you're saying, right? Like the what you like Indian too, right? I watched that shit. I couldn't sit through it. It's a waste of my time, energy, and I watched the reviews and I watched the movie. The reviews were so bad, the movie was worse than the fucking reviews, right? More like let's remove all that. I get your point, bro. There are certain movies there are some Hollywood films that tanked at the box office that I really like. But the difference is, I went searching for it and I watched it and I liked it. I get your point. That's true. Because I didn't watch the reviews for it. It tanked. I just watched it. But what I'm trying to say is, right now in the space, like Chef said, everyone has their own thing. Nobody is like, இப்படித்தான் படம் பார்க்கணும், இப்படித்தான் இருக்கு. படம் is like entertainment for us at this point, right? That's literally like we are working our asses off. Like Chef said, the people in India, right? For them to afford for the whole family and whatnot is a difficult thing. But for us to put some time into a movie, we need to know it's a sure shot movie that I'm gonna enjoy, and then
Hmm.
I'm gonna play the movie. Because otherwise,
My
unless I'm going for a first day for sure, like blindly, where I'm hyped for a movie, which I'm gonna do for GBU, right? Because I like the actor. Again, if I don't like the movie, I don't like the movie. It's a waste of time and money, right? I'm gonna come back and நான் கழுவி ஊத்துவேன் உங்கள்ட்ட. Whether y'all are gonna go watch it or not is up to y'all, right? But my opinion is gonna be out there. I'll be like, bro, it's a waste of time. Right.
no, okay,
You
okay.
wanna go watch it or not is it's your point. Like Chef said, it's my like what do
Yeah,
you call?
can I say something? Can I say something? Right. So again, the point here is we are not saying that they shouldn't review the movies or anything like that. Point here is watch the movie if you want to, and like how do you say it? How do I phrase it? Like don't get influenced by the reviews, right? If you're genuinely curious about a movie, just go watch it. As simple as that. Like what I'm saying
No,
is
I'm
like
I'm I'm not gonna watch a movie without the reviews because I'm gonna not gonna waste my time and money or effort
no,
or
that's the
whatever
thing. But
sitting
here's
and
the thing.
watching a
It's like
bad
this.
film
It's like this. It's
because
like this.
that's not
Okay,
gonna really make it
how
for me.
can like it's like films
No,
are
when I watched 10
it's
reviews,
a
when
it's
how
a
did I get to know about
it's
Labat Pandit?
yeah, here's the thing.
Reviews.
Here's
I
the thing.
loved it.
Listen. This when it comes to taste, right? It's a subjective thing. It's not objective. No. So
Fair enough.
if someone likes mint chocolate ice cream, okay, just because someone doesn't like it, I can't go around telling people, ah, this is so trash. You shouldn't eat it at all. Like you might like it. You get what I mean?
You still have your data points to
Uh,
make a decision. I think you should have the data points to make a decision.
Yeah, but the point is right. The what's happening with the reviews nowadays is it's all jumping on the bandwagon, right? No one like let's say someone's trashing a movie, everyone just likes to trash on that movie just because it's almost like
okay, so give us
எல்லாரும்
an
கழுவி ஊத்துறானா
example of a
நானும் கழுவி
good
ஊத்துவேன்.
Yeah,
movie
give
that
us
was
an
trashed
example
by
of a good
reviews
movie.
and
Yeah.
was a
விடுதலை
good
டூன்னு
movie
சொல்ல
that was
போறான்
trashed by
பாரு.
reviews.
Yeah, விடுதலை டூ பாயிண்டிங்
Yeah,
எடுத்து கொடுத்தது
it was
நானு.
panned by the same audience that accepted Vidudalai one, so I feel like
Bro,
it's just a you thing than a majority thing.
point here is like I like what I'm
No,
saying is
you were
it's
I,
wrong.
clearly
actually,
lopsided
sorry,
here.
sorry, wait, I
The
have
No, listen,
something.
majority
listen,
didn't like it.
Yogi,
listen. Yeah.
Yogi, just before you say something, Vidudale 2, I didn't
Mm,
watch it,
mm.
but I also didn't watch any review. I didn't read any review. The reason why I didn't watch it was because the trailer didn't entice me, and I don't think they did enough marketing for
Fair
me
enough.
to actually like for me to register that it was releasing on that specific date even. So
Yeah,
I think
fair
that's
enough.
on them. Then
Yeah,
the
yeah,
I don't think other one the reviews is at least from in my perspective, it was on the producer and the creative team on that.
yeah.
No, but Chef, also the same team. No. The first film was accepted by audience, right? Why wasn't the second accepted then?
I don't
Explain
know
me that,
because the
chefs.
marketing wasn't good. People didn't even know it came out, dude. At least I am someone who's very like I'm on top of Tamil movie
Uh,
news, right? I know what's happening. I didn't even realize until like that morning that I was like, oh shit, it was released, and then there was no hype at all for that film.
yeah.
No
Same
matter
thing
Anna
with
what
chefs,
you
Anna
Veera
say,
Sooranta.
Vidudalai in Anna chefs when the Vidudalai one picked up with word of mouth.
yeah,
This didn't pick up,
exactly.
no.
True, true.
It being a sequel didn't pick up at all.
No, but having said that, I went for Vidudale one first day. I mean, went in the night, but I went on the day it released, right? Because it was enticing. I want to watch it.
Yeah,
Very
I
related to what we're talking about, but doing marketing of a film is so important, not just for films, for anything. It's super important to get that your most important facts
attention.
about the film into someone's head. You need to drill it into someone's head. You can't just be like, you know what, my film will do well. And நான் நல்ல படம் எடுத்திருக்கேன். நடக்காது அது. You need to be very lucky. How many films actually get picked up like that? Very, it's just a handful.
Yeah.
And also in current scenario, everything goes with the majority. Restaurant போறோம்னா review பார்க்கிறோம். 4
அதான்
star 5 star
பிரச்சனையே.
இருந்துச்சுன்னா
அதான்
போய்
இல்ல.
சாப்பிடுறோம். ஒன்
but
ஸ்டார் இருந்துச்சுன்னா
that's a
நான்
live
சொல்லுதோமா இல்ல நான் போய் தின்னு பாப்பேன் எனக்கு பிடிக்க சான்ஸ் இருக்குன்னு நான் சொல்லுதோமா இல்ல
that's how
இல்ல
no
4 ஸ்டார் 5 ஸ்டார் தானே பாக்குறோம்
that's how I view it things though. Like I feel like I
என்ன நீ
don't.
நீ 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 வேணும்னே 1 ஸ்டார் இருக்குன்னா இல்ல இங்க போய் சாப்பிட்டு பார்க்கணும்னே போவியா இல்ல
No,
கேக்குறேன்
no,
நீ அப்படி செய்திருக்கியா இல்ல கேக்குறேன்
it's
உண்மை
not like
ஒனஸ்டா
that.
சொல்லுடா
It's not like that.
ஆர்கியூமெண்ட்டுக்கா
It's
பண்ணணுக்கா
no, no, no.
பண்ணாத
It's
ஒனஸ்டா
like this.
சொல்லு
It's like this. If I'm genuinely passing by a place, like if I'm curious, okay, I'm gonna go eat there. Like I'm not gonna go at that point. I'm not gonna go Google reviews and say, is this place good? Is this place bad? But if I'm genuinely like from the looks of it, if it looks good to me, I'm gonna go to eat there.
No, Yogesh, I think what you're trying to say is if you're curious about a film, regardless of the review, go watch it. I
Yeah.
think people do that. Like
Yeah.
Kangua had trash reviews. I remember telling Mika being
But
like, dude, come with me. I want to watch it. I wanted to genuinely see what they made.
but
They made something great.
my point is like sometimes the reviews can destroy the curiosity even. That's what I don't want.
You
Okay,
don't
then
no
want the
that
reviews.
I
go
agree
with the
that is
reviewer.
the pro
Yeah,
the cons of reading reviews that I
yeah,
agree
Yeah,
yeah.
that I
that I'm
agree also.
definitely with
Yeah,
That's
they
that
need to
So
be
is not
then,
the
honest.
problem here
that's my
my
only
problem
question.
is you
so
can't tell me like
no, if that's the case, then you should opt like the path that you don't want to check the reviews, and then you're gonna
Yeah,
watch the movies
exactly.
regardless of that. Other times, right? Sai reads reviews because he wants to read before he goes to the
Yeah,
movie,
and
whereas me and Seb don't check our reviews and we watch.
say
It's basically
spoilers
our choice whether we want to read or not. But then reviews should be there, like regardless of
yeah,
what. Right? We
To a
can't.
certain point, it also should be
100%.
responsibly reviewed. That I agree,
Mm.
Yeah,
100%.
but they don't.
Certain films need to be trash and should be trash.
Yeah, but that people don't know. Even when even when you're trashing a film, there is a way you do it.
Way to do it, 100%.
So like
yeah
I don't like
I
the
didn't agree
way
with the Kangwa
I don't like the
this
way
thing
like regardless of how I don't like the way these guys review a bad movie.
Oh
They
yeah,
film
I
it up
also agree.
like
I also agree. Like the way that Blue
you.
Saturday does it, I don't think he
Yeah,
should be a reviewer. I don't think you should even
yeah,
call him, give him that respect. No
yeah.
chance.
You call yourself journalist. Where's your ethics and class
Where are your
or
ethics exactly?
what the fuck, right? So yeah, that's my point. That's my point. You can't disrespect someone's work regardless of how. Like imagine how you'd feel. Okay, you worked your like whether it's good or not. You worked your ass off. You put up something. Some guy, okay, he's not just saying it's bad. Go do it. Some guy just is like, என்னடா இவன் பைத்தியக்காரன் என்னடா வேலை பார்த்து வச்சிருக்க லூசு நாய் அப்படி இப்படி கெட்ட
இது
Importance
வார்த்தை
of
திட்டிட்டு
giving
அப்படி இருக்கும்.
constructive criticism and feedback.
இதுதான் சூர்யா கங்கு அதெல்லாம் இதுல சொன்னேன்.
Anna,
Same.
yeah, yeah, I
Tango, I
agree.
agree.
But having said that, producers and creative people should also be able to take the feedback that's given instead of
Mm.
blaming the audience. That
No,
is
but
not okay.
if it's constructive criticism, fair enough. But I would say I would defend producers and like directors or anyone if they are just getting like bashed on for no reason. Like
For no
sometimes it's
reason.
yeah, that's just like nonsense.
Ilana, once I finished watching Kangua, I was so annoyed at the
Yeah,
makers of that film
நான் அந்த
because
படத்தெல்லாம்
they made me
பார்க்கவே இல்லை.
believe so much, and I was so not excited. I was like, I'm so curious to see what they've done, and then you're just like, what the hell? I just wasted. I watched the movie over 3 days. That's a different story, but like, come
To
on.
be honest, let's be honest. சிவா படத்துக்கு எல்லாம் என்னமா கியூரியாசிட்டி வேண்டியது.
Illa,
அதத்தான் நானும் சொன்னேன் டே ஒன்ல இருந்தே.
I actually thought that was quite well done.
அவன்லாம் சரி இது
அது
இதுல 3000
தெரியுமா?
They said.
2000 கோடி அதான் 2000 கோடி.
no let's be honest though Kangwa was so awful I couldn't get past 20 minutes
I
I
didn't even
mean
watch it.
it was a disgusting film
சரி சரி.
and again
இது
and again like I don't agree with personally attacking the hero the director
yeah.
முடிச்சலாமா? சரி.
Most
பை
சொல்லுங்க
காய்ஸ்.
க்ளோசிங்
என்னத்த
கிரெடிட்ஸ்
சொல்றது? ரெண்டு மெயின்டைன் ரெண்டு
வைக்கலாமா
பேசினால ரெண்டு மெயின்டைன் அதனால பை காய்ஸ்.
Come on, here we go.